Hi students, this is Shadavana. Welcome to online classes for intermediate second year English medium. Day by day we are discussing the second year economics. First unit completed, second unit also completed. Now we are continuing the third unit, that is a national income, poverty and unemployment. This is the third unit. It is useful for Telangana and Andhra Pradesh students, and particularly you observed one thing here. The lesson name of Andhra Pradesh is only the national income. The third lesson is for the Andhra Pradesh students, it is national income. For Telangana students, the lesson name of third is national income, poverty and unemployment. ఇది గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ వాళ్ళకు మాత్రం మీకు నేషనల్ ఇన్కమ్ అనే ఒకటే ఉంటుంది, జాతీయ ఆదాయము అనే ఒకటే పేరు ఉంటుంది, నేషనల్ ఇన్కమ్. అన్ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్, పావర్టీ ఉండదు. తెలంగాణ వారికి మాత్రం నేషనల్ ఇన్కమ్, అన్ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ అండ్ పావర్టీ అని మూడు ఉంటాయి. అందుకని మీకు ఈ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ వాళ్ళకు కూడా ఈ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ అన్నీ అందులో కవర్ అవుతాయి, మీరు ఇబ్బంది పడాల్సిన అవసరం ఏమి లేదు. ఓకే రైట్, అది గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. అండ్ దెన్ we are successfully completed the second unit and we are continue the third unit. In the third unit already few concepts were completed by the previous videos. Already national income, we are discussing the first concept of national income in third unit. So already we discussed the concepts of national income in previous videos. Here in the first year classes, what is the national income? The total value of all final goods and services produced in a particular year is called the national income. Already we discussed in the previous videos and the previous years also. The total value of the aggregative value of all final goods, the services producing in a particular year is called the national income. And another words are the income which is produced by the total population of the country is called the national income. Already we discussed in the previous videos also this definition. What is the national income? The income which we are discussing, the national income which is produced by the total population of the country is called the national income. So this is the definition of national income. Already we discussed in previous videos. What is the national income? What is the per capita income? So what is the estimating committee? And what is the before the independence of National Estimating Committee, and after getting the independence, the government of India has introduced the Central Statistical Organization, CSO was introduced the government of India to calculate the national income in India. From 1954 onwards, the Central Statistical Organization is calculating the national income, how much in our India, what is the national income, how much income is the national income, will be calculating the Central Statistical Organization in India particularly. So అప్పటి నుంచి మన ఇండియా ఎంత నేషనల్ ఇన్కమ్ వస్తుంది అనేది సెంట్రల్ స్టాటిస్టికల్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ చేస్తూ ఉంది. సో అది కూడా మనం డిస్కసింగ్ చేసాం. అండ్ దెన్ current prices national income, and what is the constant prices national income, what is the constant prices, and moreover real national income. Already we discussed the difference in between real national income and national income. What is it? So that's why we have to take the base year prices. If you want to calculate the national income, the prices of the commodities are taken from the base year, isn't it? We are taken the base year, which means recently we are adapting the 2011-12 base year. Before 2004 and 5 base year, isn't it? So for example, if you want to calculate the national income in 2020, so we have to take the prices of the commodity, goods and services, the prices of the goods and services take from the base year. It is 2011 and the 12 year. What is the price of that commodity, goods and services, that to be taken, and the Central Statistical Organization will be produced or announced. This is the national income of our country. So this is the process of the national income. So here in this video we are going to analyze the what is the growth rate of national income, what is the growth rate of per capita income are the discussing topic in this video. Let me analyze one by one here. First one is national income, poverty, unemployment. This is the name of the lesson of the third unit. Once again, national income concept is there, poverty concept is there, unemployment concept is there. But we are discussing only the national income. It is the first part we are discussing. We are discussing the first part. We are discussing the first part. Means national income. Then after poverty. Then after unemployment. So in this national income, let us analyze what is the national income. Observe carefully. And per capita income at 1999-2000 prices. Then third column, national income at current prices. Observe carefully. National income at current prices and per capita income at current prices. Don't confuse here. Simple. These are the based year prices of national income, per capita income. Two are there only. Once again, constant prices national income, constant prices per capita income. The two are constant prices. Current prices national income, current prices per capita income. Okay. Current prices means present year. Constant prices means based year. So the government of means the Central Statistical Organization has taken the prices of 1999-2000. అప్పటి ప్రైసెస్ తీసుకుంది గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ సెంట్రల్ స్టాటిస్టికల్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్. తీసుకొని ఇదేమో ఇప్పుడు ప్రస్తుతం ఎస్టిమేషన్ వేసాము, ఇదేమో అప్పటి ధరల ప్రకారం ఎస్టిమేషన్ వేసాం. వీటిలో తేడా ఏమిటి అనేది మనం డిస్కషన్ చేయొచ్చు. అందుకని వన్స్ అగైన్ అబ్జర్వ్ కేర్ఫుల్లీ. National income at constant prices means 1999-2000 prices. During the 1950-61, the national income growth rate is 4.2%. Simple, observe. At per capita income is 2.3%. Then current prices is 5.5%, and per capita income is at current prices 3.2%. Is it? Once you observe here, national income is 4.2 and per capita income is 2.3. This is constant prices. Observe carefully. These are all constant prices. And this is national income at current prices, present year. 5.5 is there. But per capita income is 3.3 is there. But whenever you observe carefully, national income in current prices are higher than the constant prices. Why? Because present year prices is more than the constant price year. Constant prices, isn't it? Constant means ఎప్పుడో ఒక సంవత్సరాన్ని తీసుకుంటున్నాం, పాత సంవత్సరాన్ని. ఆ పాత సంవత్సరం ఏంటి? 1999-2000 తీసుకున్నాం. ఇప్పుడు మనం 2020 అనుకుందాం ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. ఈ 2020లో ప్రొడక్షన్ చేస్తే ఆ ప్రొడక్ట్ ఉన్నటువంటి యొక్క ప్రైస్ని ఈ ఇయర్ ప్రకారం లెక్కిస్తున్నాం. అదే ఇక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి మ్యాజిక్. So 4.2, 2.3 constant prices, then 5.5, 3.2, then 1960-71, 3.5, 1.2, 9.9, 7.5. Here once again observe the current prices, the growth rate is percentage in percentage. 9.9% is there in current prices, but when we calculate the constant prices, it is 3.5%. So when we observe the per capita income at constant prices 1.2 only, but it is 7.5 is there. The current prices value is very more than the constant prices. Then 70, 80, 81, it is only 2.9%. Then per capita income is 0.6%, is very low. Why? Because so many problems are there on that academic year. Academic means that year. So per capita income decreases 0.6, but the national income constant prices and the current prices is 11.7%. Why, sir? Here only 9 is there, here 11 is there. What happened? The prices are risen up, isn't it? Why? The national income, per capita income will be very high here. In this year only 70, 81 means the prices are risen up rapidly. ధరలు బాగా పెరిగాయి కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ నేషనల్ ఇన్కమ్ ఎక్కువైనట్టుగా చూపిస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ ధరలు పెరిగాయి కాబట్టి per capita ఇన్కమ్ ఎక్కువ చూపిస్తుంది. ఇది మనకు కౌంట్ కాదు. కానీ మనం ఏం తీసుకోవాలి? వీ హ్యావ్ టు టేక్ ద 2.9%. whereas 11 whereas 2.9% ఇయర్ మీన్స్ ఈ ఇయర్లో బాగా ధరలు పెరిగాయి కాబట్టి మనకు నేషనల్ ఇన్కమ్ ఎక్కువ కనపడింది. అవునా కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ 11.7% కరెంట్ ప్రైసెస్ రీసెంట్ ఇయర్స్ and 9.2, but when we observe the constant prices it is 2.9% and 0.6%. Then growth rate of national income and per capita income, then 80-81 5.2%, it is 3 of per capita income. Then national income at constant price is 14.2%, is it? Then it is 11.8% only, means very high is there. At the current prices the national income is very high, here is also per capita income is very high, but when we compare to the constant prices at 99 2000, only 5.2% is there. Here 3% of per capita income is there. So always the central statistical organization calculate the national income with the help of the constant prices only. Okay, so this one will be also recorded, but taken as the seriously, taken as the official is, this is the constant prices. Okay, so this is here is the constant price here 99 2000, then 7.5% 2000 2005, it is 5.9%, then it is constant prices. National income per capita income, here national income and per capita income 12.4% and 10.7%. So these are the constant prices. Then 50 to 81 3.5 and 1.4%, here 9 point of national income current prices and 6.7 is the per capita income of current year. Then 80 2001 5.6 3.2 14.1 observe here. Why? Because the prices are very rapidly increases due to the national income appears very high, 14.1% of growth rate, is it? 14.1% of growth rate, 11.8% of growth rate, it is a current prices, but observe the constant prices 5.6%, then 3.2% is the only the constant prices of national income and per capita income. Then 2000 and 2005 6.4 4.7, here 10.5 3.6 per capita income. Then last one is 2005 and 14 7.3 national income at constant prices 99 2000, then per capita income is 5.8%, current price is 14.9 and 13.4. So this is the way to presentation of national income growth rate for this during years. So 1952 2014 up to, so this is the growth rate of national income, per capita income at constant prices, current prices growth rate, national income and current prices growth rate of per capita income. So this is the, it is only information, no need to write in the examination. సో ఇలా ఎగ్జామ్లో రాదు మీకు అడగడు కాబట్టి మీరు నాలెడ్జ్ కోసం ఇది నేర్చుకుంటారు. దెన్ national income, poverty and unemployment in this lesson. In the national income, what is the national income growth rate in various plans? What sir, what is the national income per capita income growth rate in various plans are there? So we successfully completed 12 5 years plan, starting from first 2 years plan to 12 years, so 5 years plan we successfully completed. So what is the growth rate of national income, what is the growth rate of per capita income in various plans, which means first one is a first 5 year plan. The planning commission has introduced the first 5 year plan. First 5 year plan started at 1951 to 56, you know. The national income is 4.4 growth rate. Various plans growth rates 4.4. The per capita income is 2.6% of growth rate. Then second 5 year plan, after complete of the first year plan, the planning commission has introduced the second 5 year plan, means 1961 to 66. Then 3.8 growth rate of national income, per capita income is 1.7%. Then during the third 5 year plan, national income is 2.6 and 0.4, very low, means 0 point of per capita income due to so many factors leads the low level of per capita income here 0.4. Then fourth national income, fourth 5 year plan, national income is 3.1% and per capita income is 0.8%. And fifth 5 year plan 4.9%, 2.6%. Then sixth 5 year plan 5.4% and 3.1%. Then 7th 5-year plan 5.5% and 3.63 percentage. Once you observe here, 4.52 national income growth rate is gradually increases, not rapid, gradually slowగా పెరుగుతుంది national income. Then per capita will be also 2, 1.7, 0.4, 0.8, 2.6, 3. It is fluctuated. The per capita income, the what do you say, the each 5-year plans, first 2.6 decrease to 1.7, the third goes to minus 0 values, 0.4, fourth 0.8, fifth 2.6. Okay, then just increase to 3.1 percentage of per capita income at 6th 5-year plan. Then 7th 5-year plan 5.5, 3.63. Next 8th 5-year plan 6.7, then 4.5 of per capita income growth rates. Then 9th 5.3, 3.3, 10th 7.8, 6.1, 11th 7.6, 6.2. So these are the growth rates of national income and per capita income in various plans from first plan to 12th plan. So this is the way to presentation of growth rate of national income and per capita income of various plans during the after getting the independence. Okay, during the various plans. Then see here, sectoral contribution to national income. What is the sectoral contribution to national income? Which means sector wise contribution. Agriculture means primary, secondary, tertiary. Primary sector is also known as agriculture sector, you know. I told you a number of times. Industrial sector, secondary sector is also known as industrial sector. Simple. Tertiary sector is also known as service sector. Agriculture, industrial, service. Once again, agriculture, industrial, service. Including these three sectors, income is called as national income. How, sir? How can we calculate the national income? By adding the three sectors: agriculture, industrial, service. So what, sir? How much income coming from these three sectors to contribution to national income? Isn't it? The national income is, for example, 3,000. Let us assume national income is 3,000. How much income coming from agriculture? Suppose 1,000. How much income coming from industrial? 1,000. How much income coming from service sector? 1,000. Total you calculate 3,000. How can we get the 3,000? By adding the three sectors income. Is it? So when we calculate the three sector income, we get the national income. In the same manner, the contribution to national income, how much percentage income is contribute to national income? The three sectors, how much income contributes to national income? అవునండి, నేషనల్ ఇన్కమ్ అంటున్నాం. మరి నేషనల్ ఇన్కమ్ కు ఈ త్రీ సెక్టార్స్ నుంచి ఎంత పోతుంది, ఎంత గ్రోత్ రేట్ ఉంది, అవునా? అందుకని ఇక్కడ పర్సంటేజ్ ఎంత ఇన్కమ్ పోతుంది, ఎంత పర్సంటేజ్ ఇన్కమ్ పోతుంది అనేది ఇక్కడ మనకు సెక్టార్స్ కాంట్రిబ్యూషన్ టు నేషనల్ ఇన్కమ్, ఎంత నేషనల్ ఇన్కమ్ లో చేరుతుంది, జాయిన్ అవుతుంది అనేదే ఇక్కడ చూపిస్తున్నాము. చూడండి, 57.2% of income coming from agriculture means primary sector to contribute the national income. Then 14.8% of income goes to the national income. Means primary sector contributes to 57.2%, secondary sector contributes to 14.8%, tertiary sector contributes to 25%. So this much level, the various sectors are giving the income to contribute the national income. Next, 1960-61, 56.6% of income is coming from national income, from agriculture. Means 57 to 56 gradually decreased. Then 14.8% to 17.7% of income is increased to coming to or joined to national income. Contribution is 70.1%. Then 26.3% of income coming from service sector to contribute the national income. Then 70-71, 50.1% is here. At the initially 57% of income coming from agriculture, but it is decreased to 50.1%. This is 19.7%. This is 30.2%. Means the tertiary sector income is gradually increases. The industrial sector contribution is gradually increases. The primary sector contribution is gradually decreases. And it should be decreased. Why? Because decreases means not a less. These sectors is more than this sector is called less. The income which is coming from the industrial and service sector, that should be more than, number of time is greater than the agriculture primary sector, that is called less. That's why in 1881 year, 1980 year, 41.1%, year 23.3% of income coming from industrial sector. Then tertiary sector is 35.6%. Then 1991, 33.2% of income coming from percentage of income. This is coming from primary, 25.9%, and 40.9% of income coming from tertiary sector. Then 2001, 25.1%, 22.1%, 52.1%, CR at the initially 25%. It is increased to 52%. Means gradually industrial service sector income contribute to national income is gradually increases. The income of coming from agriculture sector is gradually decreases. Then 2007 and 8, 18% of growth rate. Then 26 and 56%, 11, 12, 20.5%. See here at the initially starting 57, but it is 20.5% is decreased. Means 30% of income is decreased from agriculture. Then 24.6%, 54.9%. Then 2012-13, 19.9%, 23.8%, 56.3%, and 13.9, 26.2, 59.9. Once again observe at the previously 57.2% of income coming from agriculture, it is decreases gradually and stood up at 13.9%. Means it should be reduced, inka taggali, isn't it? Means 57.2% to 13.9% decreases income which is coming from the agriculture sector to contribution to national income. Then at previously 14.8% to 26.2% gradually increases. 14 to 26 only gradually, it should be increases rapidly. Then tertiary sector 25% to 59% of income coming from the tertiary sector, and it should be increases. Means industrial service sector income which is contribution to national income, that should be increases. The income which is contribute to national income from agriculture should be reduced. So this is the way of the presentation of national income. It is a sectoral contribution to national income. Okay, so this is the way of the presentation of national income. It is only information motive. అందుకే మీకు ఎగ్జామ్లో రాదు, ఏమి అడగడు, ఇట్లానే మీకు అసలు ఐడియా కోసం మీకు ఈ వీడియో చేస్తున్నాను. సో వ్యూవర్స్, ఈ వీడియో మీకు నచ్చుతుంది అనుకుంటున్నాను. ఈ వీడియో మీకు నచ్చితే లైక్ చేయండి, ఇంకా మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఉన్నారు షేర్ చేయండి, కొత్త వాళ్ళైతే సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్.